Well, hello there everyone. Hopefully this finds you doing well. Today is Tuesday, November 23rd in the year 2021. I'm making this video a lot later than normal, but do feel free to subscribe. Click the, I think it's a blue button, a thumbs up. Click that. Feel free to comment and please feel free to share. So, how do you get rich? Why do you want to get rich? Well, rich isn't the right word, but wealthy. Do you want to be wealthy? Well, then you got to invest. Do you want to be rich? You got to invest. So anyway, and if you invest, you can be like me, move in a nice house. I got a tile roof up there, and I had a guy here today cleaning the roof. It was kind of, all tile roofs get dirty, so now it looks much cleaner than it did before. So you can see it. If you know what my roof looked like before, it wasn't bad, but now it's even better. And it's getting late in the day. The sun is starting to go down. But it still was a beautiful day out there. It's about 70 degrees, 71, breezy, whatnot. I do have to clean my pool filter though, because I think from cleaning the roof, probably some of that water, it dripped off, or dirt even came off into the pool because the filter gauge on it is showing as being much dirtier than it was. So once the pump shuts off, I will clean that. About the time I finish this video, it'll be shutting off and I'll clean it. What else? Oh, then we have a fountain out there, and the fountain, it's also the water started trickling down instead of shooting out. And there's a little plastic piece on the end that was like, made a little straw, let's say, and it's broke. Everything here is 20 years old, so that's, it wore out. So can I get a new one? I have no idea. I'm not buying a new fountain. So can I get a new little plastic piece to stick in there? I'm sure I can. Or maybe just a straw, something to stick in there. So it'll more focus, like a pressure washer. It'll squeeze the water and it'll shoot out then versus just trickling out. So anyway, so you want to learn how to invest? Well, watch my other channels. You can learn how to invest in stocks. And stocks, the easy way is go to the Motley Fool, fool.com, Fool.com, the Motley Fool. Okay, that's where I learned how to invest in individual stocks. You can learn anything and everything on how to invest in individual stocks from the Fool. And side note, I am a very, very, very small-time contractor for the Fool. So that's just a disclaimer. But I've only been a contractor for a couple of years. I found the Fool in 1999. Even in 1999, I would tell others about the Fool. Okay, so... But always, with anything, always do your own due diligence. The other thing to do, I know there's a glare coming in that's like, it keeps changing. The sun's starting to go down. Also, you can buy real estate, rental property. Rental property can be stressful, as I'm finding out. I found this out from my very first house when my first tenant didn't pay. And even now I find it out because, my house is now, not all my tenants are paying rent. 2 tenants in 2 different states are getting evicted. I did talk to the lawyer for my property manager in one state down in Alabama. Alabama, I thought, was a landlord-friendly state. Do not invest in Alabama. It reminds me of California. It can take upwards of 6 months to get someone out of a house. And even the attorney told me, their humble opinion, you should not invest in Alabama, especially in Birmingham. It can take, again, up to 6 months to get a person out of the house. But the lawyer did tell me something that made me happy. They said all the rent that I have not received, all the rent that I will not receive, if the person hangs on till the end, they will go after, try to collect that money. They said when they file, the way it works in the state with the judge, they have 10 years to collect the money. And if they don't get it in 10 years, they just file something else and get an additional 10 years, so 20 years. So for 20 years, that person's potentially 20 years. That person could have a ding on their credit report, which is going to affect their credit score. If they try to get a loan, try to get a mortgage, whatever they try to get, they will pay more. If they get a job, the attorney says they can find that out, and they will garnish their wages. So I was told sometimes it might take several years, but that most people will end up paying what they owe within a few years because they know it's messing their credit up. So they've been trying to hide from the debt, but they'll eventually pay it. So he said, as long as they keep my address on file there, as long as I keep them updated with my address on file if I move again, it could be 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. One day I may just get a check in the mail for the amount of rent that was never paid to me. But they seemed pretty confident that I would eventually get it. So anyway, I digress. All right, so above and beyond stocks and real estate, I made a video yesterday on investing. I made a video a couple days ago on investing in crypto. I made a video yesterday on staking an ohm, or ohms, or staking ohms. I'm still learning all the technology. I watched some more videos today. It was noisy in my house today with the guy up on the roof side. That's why I held off on making a video. But I'm getting more interested in crypto, not as a long-term investment, not to buy it now and hold it for decades like you may with some stocks or you may with real estate. It's not that kind of investment. It's the kind you can get in and perhaps stay in for a couple months, 6 months or a year. To stay in for decades, probably not. I mean, if you've gotten in Bitcoin way back in the beginning, yes, you could still be in Bitcoin. But it's a different kind of investment. It's much more volatile. It's younger. You got a lot of young people out there chasing the hype. They will, new tokens are released probably almost daily. And some of them will get bid up, like tremendous values. And people chase after it. And a lot of times they lose. They don't make a lot of money. But there are a few people that it's a game. It's a gambling game, kind of, but it's an educated gambling game. They get in when it's small. If it goes up, they sell. They take the profit. They do have to pay, or will have to pay, I think, short-term capital gains tax if it's quick. And then they reinvest it in something else, okay? So if you're going to get into crypto, don't just go buy. This is just my humble opinion because I'm not a financial attorney. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA, nothing like that. I'm not a crypto expert. But if you just go buy tokens because, oh, that's a cool sounding name. Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what it is? Are you just going to buy it and hold it because it's cool and it might go up in value? I mean, you might get lucky, maybe it will, or maybe it won't. But do a little studying. You know, watch some YouTube channels with guys or gals talking about crypto. Not all of them are experts. Do your own due diligence. I put a link in my last video from a guy who seems like he's very educational. But even with anybody, I've made a video about this. All YouTubers, even for me, take me with a grain of salt. I'm not, as I said, I put a disclaimer in mine. Not every YouTuber puts a disclaimer in their videos. If they tell you to do something, you do it, and it fails, they could potentially be sued. If you try to sue me, I've talked to my attorney. My disclaimer protects me. Plus, I'm mazske, so even if you find out who I am and you try to sue me based on anything I say in this, my attorney says the person can't win. I got a team of attorneys behind me for my rental properties, and they say I'm safe. So we'll see. Hopefully no one will ever sue me for anything. But above and beyond crypto, if you're accredited, you have syndications, you have oil investments, you have mineral rights, acreage investments. I was just found out today what I'm getting for my oil investment. I need to put it out to my WhatsApp group. We get monthly revenue. It's expected to jump up probably by February or March, where it could take a tremendous jump. But today's figure that was given to me it worked out to a 7.7% return. Last month was a 7.9% return. So it dropped off just a bit. And that's because they're doing workovers on some of the wells. So the expenses were larger than, say, last month. So more expensive. They produce more oil, more natural gas, but the expenses were more. And I think we're getting paid for the month of September. So next month's paycheck will be October, which I think that's when the price of oil and natural gas were both kind of peaking up. So my guess is it'll be a larger check next month, higher than 7.7%. Okay, but I'm just giving an overview of everything. So besides that, you got syndications. If maybe you got to be accredited, maybe you don't. Syndications into apartment complexes. It could be commercial centers. Accredited, just to remind you of it, it's having a high income of at least $200,000 a year for 2 consecutive years, with the expectation that it will continue, and that high income needs to be at least $200,000 if you're single, $300,000 if you are married. Or more commonly, you have a net worth of at least $1 million, not counting your primary residence. So if you start buying rental property and you stick with it, I guarantee you, if you stick with it and keep buying rental property, I guarantee you will become accredited, because over time, I don't know how long it'll take, but the value of your rental property will go up, your mortgage will get paid down, and you eventually will reach the accredited status. Okay, you may reach the accredited status with stocks, you may reach it with crypto, you may reach it with something else. All right, so anyway, how do you get rich? How do you get wealthy? You do it by investing. So if you're the little guy, you're flipping burgers at McDonald's right now, you're 18 years old and you want to get wealthy, live below your means, start saving part of your paycheck, start investing. Watch other videos in my channel, watch other YouTubers. I've said it many times, you can make money with stocks, you can make money with crypto, but if you want to grow your wealth, real estate is the way to do it, but you will have stress along the way until you get to be at such a large level that it doesn't phase you. I'm not there yet, okay? So it still affects me if I got to evict somebody, because that means I'm not getting paid my rent. So anyway, y'all take care, stay safe, keep smiling, keep loving life, and Mazske is signing out.